Today I'm going to talk to you about why sugaring is the best form of hair removal out there. Hi, I'm Lena Kennedy, President and CEO of Alexandria Professional, and we are the global authority in professional body sugaring and skin conditioning. So what we're going to do here is share with you so much good information. So if you're a professional wanting to learn more about possibly bringing it into your salon, or you're a consumer who's interested to learn more and for your own self, or where you could get treatments later, or just learn all the benefits of professional body sugaring, then please feel free to sign up. I think that's what you do on YouTube, guys, right? You just, oh no, you subscribed. I'm gonna get this right. Feel free to subscribe. I'm sorry, old school. All right, so why is sugaring considered the best? For me, it's very simple, but now I gotta break it down in not so little time like I have to on TikTok and Instagram and everything. So I really wanna have this conversation with you because it's worthy of sharing. The whole bottom line with professional body sugaring is that it will take away all the hair you don't want without causing all this undue discomfort while leaving your skin absolutely silky smooth, feeling more alive, more vibrant, looking brighter. That's what professional body sugaring should do for you. So, number one reason why sugaring should be wonderful for your skin is that it's water soluble. So it's not going to take away live skin cells and leave you feeling like a brush burn. That's important, right? It's not going to burn you because it's never hot. It's never higher than body temperature, which is very soothing. Also, you can go over the same area. You know, some people I see on TikTok comment and say, well, I could do waxing and I could just take it off in one shot. Yeah, so can we. But the difference is, because it's water soluble, because it's not damaging live skin cells, we do get to go over. So what would be the purpose of that? You know, when you get waxed and you like tweeze, your practitioner or your esthetician is tweezing hairs out that didn't come out with the waxing, and that hurts just as much sometimes to pull out the hair with the tweezers, then you don't have to do that with the sugaring. You can go over the same area and still, and there's a reason for that, which you'll learn later on through this system that we're doing here on YouTube. So you can go over the same area and extract every tiny little hair. And when you're doing that, you're not just getting rid of the hair, you're improving the skin's condition. So probably for me, because I put the Kennedy theory out there to professional body sugaring, the most important reason, along with the water solubility, because it's water soluble, it actually helps to penetrate into the follicles, and that allows us to take your hair out in its natural direction. Nobody else does that. We do, because we can. So you're gonna get less hair breakage and less ingrowns, if any. So let me explain, let me go deeper, because the sugar can go deeper. Every time we go over your skin molding the sugar paste, it helps it to seep into the follicles. Remember, it's water soluble and we're doing gentle molding and it's just skin temperature, so everything works together. That sugar, when it goes into the follicles, grips the hair inside. We call that the root part, but grips the hair, and it allows us to slide. You hear that, huh? Not rip. There's no ripping in sugaring. It allows us to slide the hair out in the natural direction, which makes it so comfortable. That's why you don't get the feeling when the hair is coming out or the skin's getting hurt from lifting too many dead skin cells and reaching the live skin cells. All these things are eliminated. And these are very important reasons why it's a lot less painful than anything else out there. So I know on TikTok if you follow me there, you'll see the comments that we tend to get. You know, somebody basically calling me a liar on a few occasions. But I'm not. I mean, I can prove everything that I've ever shared with all of you anywhere in the world, and most of you know that have met me or even tried our system. So everything I'm sharing that says you shouldn't have to experience certain discomforts. So everything about the Alexandria Professional System, everything about a six steps to perfect sugaring is to eliminate all unnecessary discomforts. Does it mean you won't maybe feel the hair come through? Maybe you will the first time. But I don't want to go into all those details because that's really getting deep. That'll be for another one. But let me assure you, everything I've just shared with you is a fact. The water solubility, the molding process that we do, the seepage of the sugar into the follicles, the extraction of the hair, the gentle extraction of the hair in the natural direction will leave you feeling surprised at how little discomfort, if any, you felt during this hair removal treatment that you'll get with professional body sugaring, especially with the Alexandria Professional System and products that we use. So another great benefit, I don't know like short answers. That's why I got to tell you, technique is a killer for me. You know, whenever we're doing something, they're like, okay, stop, because you only get so little. Everything I have, I can talk on for a long time. So the other great benefit is the results. You know, everybody says, well, does it last as long as wax? We always compare sugaring, I think because it's a method that's applied onto the skin and removes the hair. So people think it's waxing. It's not. It's called sugaring because we are using sugar and we do things differently and we go deeper. But when they say, how long does it last? I can't give you in a nutshell, but let me give you a visual. I can give you about 3 different visuals that if you think about it for a minute, you'll understand it. And then when you experience it, you'll say, aha, that's what she said, that girl. Yeah. So let's say you go for the first time. You shaved a week ago and you go to see someone and you say, wax one leg and sugar the other lower leg. Just something simple. And you say, all right, 10 minutes to each leg. Go. All right. Stop, it's 10 minutes. This is what you can expect. The wax leg will have hairs left where either, actually, let's take a step back here. 1 week, I said, you shaved a week ago. Chances are the waxer or the waxing leg will have to say, yeah, we need to wait another week, at least, at best, because usually you need a minimum of 3 to 4 weeks to get a good waxing job. Sugaring leg, yeah, I can get those out for you. So whatever hairs are there, we can get them out. But let's pretend for a minute that, because I do know there are some good hard waxes out there. So let's give credit where credit is due. And they can get shorter hairs now. It's come a long way. So fair treatment. At 10 minutes, we stop. And then you look at the skin. First thing you're going to notice is there's less hair on the sugared leg. The reason for that is what I shared with you about the sugar penetrating and extracting the hair in a natural direction. All that leads to us taking very short hairs out. Again, it's more education later. Whereas the wax leg won't have, it doesn't penetrate, so it'll just grip, hopefully, whatever it can, even if it's shorter, to try to take it out. But what happens is you pull the hair against the natural direction, so you might get more hair breakage. So you look at the skin, you're going to see the sugared leg is much prettier. By that I mean there's less irritation to the skin, if any. There's no lots of red dots, depending. There's also reasons for that, very scientific reasons. But the wax leg might look more aggravated, more irritated with more hair left. That'll be the first difference. So then I know as a sugarist that I can go over the sugared leg again. Remember, why would you go over the same thing? Because we can. So even if you're in an emergency, you got to go somewhere, you know, your boyfriend saying, hey, I got tickets, let's go next week, 2 days. We can sugar whatever's there. We might take a little longer because we have to work with it. We have to send that sugar more into the follicle. So now I'm going to go back over your leg. And then there's a part of the technique that I created. It's called the technique, tough hair extraction technique. So I might do some of that to extract maybe some more stubborn, very congested follicles. Because as I mold more and seep the sugar in, it'll also not just take away the hair, it'll start decongesting your follicles from, you know, excess dead skin that accumulates, anything that's in there, even, I gotta not go too deep into the theory. And so you'll get full extraction and your skin will be so beautiful, and for sure you'll be good to go on your trip. And that's good, right? So that would be the first noticeable difference. But let's say, move that aside. Somebody comes after shaving 3 weeks ago. Now you know you're going to get a good waxing job, and you're going to get a good, I want to say great, sugaring job. So we do 10 minutes each. And again, if there's any shorter hairs, because if you have some hairs that grew, you know, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, then you're going to have some smaller hairs because it's not like all your hairs grow at the same time. It's like hydraulics, right? Well, those tiny hairs we can still go get, whereas the waxing won't be able. If that hair is not at least a certain length, it's not going to be able to penetrate and grip it from there to give it some length to grab and take away. So at the end of the 10 minutes, instead of having to tweeze, because that's what the waxer is going to do, we can just go over, do spot checks or do the tough hair extraction, and again, make that super clean, super smooth. So here's the answer. Long way around. The answer to how long does sugaring last? It's never a simple black and white. So now we say, okay, done. And you come back in 10 days or 2 weeks. You're going to see hairs, a lot more hairs on the wax leg, because you didn't get the really short hairs that were maybe just peeking out of the skin. You got some hair that were broken. I don't know if you'll have ingrowns or not. That's also, we could do a whole seminar just on ingrowns. That's another issue. But the sugared leg is going to be clean. So because we didn't just get the hairs that were long, we got the hairs that were shorter. So again, not going too deep into the theory right now, that means we got hair that are still being fed. So they're still attached to what we call the derma papilla. And we detach them from that nourishing vessel. So now that hair is going to take a lot longer to come back. So in essence, if you do nothing to these 2 lower legs for 3 months, let's say, you'll be able to judge how much longer it took for the sugaring leg to get all its hair back. And you'll have some that didn't come back. So you'll have the beginning of a permanent reduction occurrence. It's really, you know, I say sugaring's the best. I know it is. I know what you can achieve with it. As a professional, if this is your thing, if you want to improve results for your customers, you know, this is the cat's meow, as they say. And as a consumer, if you want to invest your money into something that will really reach optimum results, not just in permanent reduction. I am permanent, but legally we can say permanent reduction. And at the same time, improve your skin's integrity. And by that, I mean the tone, the texture, the color, the feel. This is your go-to. An example, I said I'm permanent. I am. I haven't had hair in my underarms in 20 years. Legs, I did my arms 3 times. Okay, that was, I'm not going to say that was not felt, but there's a reason for that. We'll talk, remember, we will talk about vellus hair in the future. But let's talk about my legs, because that's the only thing I really have to sugar. And not because I have hair, but sometimes my daughter will say, Mom, looking a little pale there, a little dry. And, you know, sometimes you get busy and, you know, I may not hydrate every time I jump out of the shower. I know, but I fix it fast. So every few months or so, I just watch my programs and I sugar my legs. It's very easy. There's no hair, so it's like giving myself a leg massage, really. And why do I do that? It exfoliates excess dry skin. And then if there's any penetration to be had with the follicles, because you can't see dots on my skin anymore, like these things are gone. But whatever it's going to grip, it's going to take away, it makes my skin look immediately healthier, more vibrant, and it lasts for a couple of months. I think that's like, you can't beat that. So when I say the best for hair removal